Welcome to 50 Nights of Fright. I'm your host, Tommy, joined once more with Jess. We are covering another one of the Universal classics, this time, The Wolfman. Now, what I think is interesting about this movie is it's kind of the first Expendables of horror, because you've got Claude Rains, you've got Bela Lugosi, and Lon Chaney's son, Lon Chaney Jr. So that right there is already a big stacked cast for these movies. If Boris Karloff had taken the lead role, then it would have definitely stood out. This is your first time watching this one as well, right, Jess?
Yes, and I will say you are correct. It most absolutely did stand out.
Tell me, what did you think of the movie?
I really liked it, honestly. I was invested not only in the storyline, but in the characters in the same way where I would be invested in a modern film. As in, I could watch this in the theater and be completely through and through hooked.
All right. Now, this movie does stand out a little more from the other Universal horrors in that this isn't the first appearance of a werewolf. The first one in Universal's catalog was The Werewolf of London. But most people don't really think about that one. This is the one that most people associate with the character of the Wolfman, mainly because that is the title. But also, frankly, it's, I think, a better movie. And it does a good job of establishing a lot of the rules of how you fight a werewolf that today we still kind of view as, well, if you were attacked by a werewolf, you would use silver and everything like that to ward it off. What's your experience with werewolf movies?
Cringy enough, my introduction would be Twilight. However, I would say that this movie reminded me mostly of another nostalgic, which was Alvin and the Chipmunks, but the werewolf Halloween version, because they had pretty much adaptation by adaptation references specifically to this movie. I didn't know it at the time, but every single time I saw something, I'm like, this has quite literally been referenced before in a kids movie that I watched.
Yeah, a lot of people's, I'd say, first exposure to things like Wolfman or vampires or stuff is typically through cartoons like that. Mostly because parents typically don't let their young children watch, horror movies, even less so ones that are iconic, such as this. But Twilight?
Don't shame me.
Oh no shaming. But are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Okay, here's the thing. We're Team Jacob just because we're Team Taylor. Beyond that, I don't really even keep up with it anymore. I just watch the Breaking Dawn and that's it. And it's quite a cringy reminder of my childhood. So.
Something that I find kind of funny. Now, granted, they had to do it at the time, but when Larry is struggling with the wolf during that kind of the wolf attack early on in the movie, it's actually a German Shepherd.
What?
Yeah, and it's Lon Chaney Jr.'s own dog that he's, struggling with, and so it's really probably more playing if you watch the dog itself, but that's not a wolf.
Holy cow!
Now, granted, in the 1940s when they made this movie, probably not a good idea to have a wolf on set anyway.
Right.
But if you go back and rewatch the movie, you can definitely tell that's a dog. But what did you think of Larry Talbot, the main character?
When I thought of him as the Wolfman, I really, really liked his character having a protective aspect to him. Wanting to protect his lady and having to hide because he knows what he's becoming.
Well, what I particularly love about werewolves in general, the Wolfman, is that fear of not being able to control something that's inside of you. Like, you have no way to stop it from happening, really. With a full moon rising, werewolves, typically that's when they change. And the movie does a good job of tying that into, Romani or Gypsy kind of mythology and their culture. That kind of the beast within makes you wonder, does your soul itself have a piece that you can't control? Is it the nature of man to be the monster, where, you know, you can't really control what you do?
To be frank, there was a lot of symbolism. Not only, I would say it to be a reflection of yourself, to see the dark side of you, because there is obviously a moral aspect to this character, besides him wanting her to cheat on her fiance. He has a moral aspect to him. He's wanting to protect people. He's wanting to hide this monster he's becoming, and also the symbolism behind that is a part of yourself, and people wanting to protect others from the dark versions of themselves.
And this movie also does kind of flip the script on what a lot of people see in storytelling in general, is where sons kill their fathers in order to grow, in order to move past, to surpass them. In this one, it's more or less the opposite. It's where Larry's own father has to be the one to stop the creature, and you know, there's a tragedy in that in itself, because watching your loved one become something like that.
I thought that was a great direction to take the movie. I think the reverse of that really showed not only the dynamic of the situation, because this is an actual issue. Like, people are dying. You have to make a sacrifice. I was really, really interested in their romantic dynamic. I'm gonna be honest, I really liked, I was rooting for them, even though I was also like, okay, she's cheating on her fiance. I don't know if I should be rooting for them, but I liked the characters themselves throughout the entire film.
Were there any scenes other than, you know, the dog fight at the beginning, the cheating on one's fiance scenes? Were there any parts that stood out to you the most while watching, or any things that caught you off guard, scared you?
I would say I really, really love the makeup and the set design of the forest with the fog and the Wolfman and all of that. It was kind of something where I'd say if it was an older version of myself watching this, I would say like, oh, that doesn't look like a werewolf or whatever. But like actually now, understanding what the time was, I thought that was very well done.
Do you think that the Wolfman belongs on a list like this? Does it stand up as an icon of horror?
Yes, it's something I would watch today. Not even in a reflection of you have to watch these classics. I would watch this today.
All right, on a scale of 0 to 10, where are we placing this one?
10.
Well, that's those are high marks.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. That was like, all right, a 10. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on 50 Nights of Fright. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, where we are covering The Picture of Dorian Gray.